Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's morning briefing. Lebanon's Prime Minister Saad Hariri has just shocked the world by resigning from office. But even more surprising are his parting words. After revealing that there was an attempt on his life, Hariri went on to slam both Hezbollah and Iran for spreading chaos and terror throughout the Middle East. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has called the sudden resignation a, quote, wake-up call to the international community to take action against the Iranian aggression that is trying to turn Syria into a second Lebanon, end quote. Indeed, Hariri's harsh words against the two largest influences on Lebanon's government, Hezbollah and Iran, show just how dire the situation has become. Also of note is the fact that Hariri's own father was a former Prime Minister of Lebanon who was assassinated back in 2005, allegedly by Hezbollah. That history alone sheds some light on Hariri's decision to resign, and means Hariri is fully aware of what happens when leaders go against Hezbollah's wishes. Another twist to this story is the fact that Hamas and Hezbollah just held a rare meeting last week to discuss a unified resistance against Israel. With those talks coming amidst the ongoing negotiations for a Hamas-Fatah Palestinian unity government, clearly it means terror organizations are willing to form dangerous new alliances, and that the rest of the world must learn to respond in kind. 9 civilians were just killed by jihadis in a small Druze village inside Syria, only a few kilometers away from the Israeli-Syrian border. And now in a rare move, the IDF has said it's willing to defend the Syrian village from further attacks after hundreds of Israeli Druze villagers attempted to jump the border to protect their Druze brethren. The Druze are a religious minority spread throughout Israel, Lebanon, Syria, and the Palestinian territories. The army retrieved all the Israeli Druze citizens before they were able to cross into Syria, but clearly Israel hasn't ignored how personal this attack was for them. As it turns out, a Druze member of Israel's Knesset has just revealed that 4 victims of the Syrian attack are actually members of his extended family. Druze MK Akam Hasson said, quote, I know that the Assad army uses the Druze for its own ends, and that we trust the IDF. It is our country, but the residents in Hadara are our brothers, our family. We cannot allow them to be hurt, end quote. The army is currently stationed at the Syrian border on high alert. Due to the diplomatic sensitivity involved, Prime Minister Netanyahu has now asked the Ministerial Committee for Legislation to delay voting on a controversial reversal bill until after he's had a chance to consult with the United States. The reversal would effectively cancel the 2005 order to unilaterally pull out of the Palestinian territories. In practical terms, the bill is directed at 4 northern West Bank settlements that were evacuated, and those settlements have already since been razed. If the reversal should pass, though, settlers would theoretically be allowed to re-enter the areas of Kadim, Ganim, Chomesh, and Sanur and rebuild. The new proposal, which was produced by the Jewish Home Party, reads, quote, the 12 years that have passed since the government decision and the 11 years since its implementation have made a mockery of the goals of the disengagement and have repeatedly proved the failures on which the plan was based, its losses, and the immense damage it caused to Israel's security, economy, and foreign ties, end quote. Opposition leader Tzipi Livni instead views the request to delay as evidence of the coalition's lack of vision for the West Bank. In related news, a group of settler leaders and bereaved families in the West Bank have now pledged to go on a hunger strike until government-promised funds for infrastructure development finally come in. Netanyahu reportedly promised to earmark 800 million shekels, or nearly $230 million, for that project. According to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group in Gaza, the IDF strike on a terror tunnel last week has now claimed upwards of 12 militants' lives. The tunnel in question ran straight out of Gaza and into an Israeli kibbutz. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad has stated that they are not seeking escalation in conflict with Israel following the attack, but that they have been denied access to the collapsed tunnel to recover the bodies of missing members. On the Israeli side of the tunnel where the strike took place, bulldozers have already been seen filling the tunnel. The Swiss Bern Kunstmuseum is now exhibiting a very special series of artworks deemed too degenerate for viewing by the Nazis. Over 200 pieces that were confiscated and/or sold by the Nazis in the 1930s have been tracked down and gathered to create this once-in-a-lifetime display. Paintings by artists such as Otto Dix and Franz Marc, among many others, will be making an appearance. Further, as if the Kunstmuseum display wasn't enough, it turns out that it's only one half of a parallel exhibit linked to the Gurlitt collection. Gurlitt was a German collector whose stash of over 1,500 mostly Nazi-stolen works across Germany and Austria was discovered through a tax investigation. The Gurlitt collection will be open for viewing in Bonn, Germany, before being either sent to the heirs of those from whom they were stolen or donated to the Bern Museum of Fine Arts. I, for one, am just happy that these amazing pieces of history haven't been lost forever after all. That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.